Right, so, we watched Britain's Got Talent on Saturday. And I've got this thing now where I sort of like, I'm sort of like watching because, you know, they have the numbers and everything. I watch to see how sequential the numbers are of the people being auditioned, because obviously they give the numbers out sequentially. They have like a big pile of the numbers that they've printed. So if one says 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, and another one says 2 something, you know they've not been originally auditioned at the same time. Because when you get auditioned the first time, you keep that number all the way throughout the auditions. And obviously Susan Boyle is the star. And a very, you know what I mean, we would all sitting there, wah! You know what I mean, we're huge fans as well. But there was another little lad, Russell, who played football. Now, all he did was keep yuppies, bless him. Now, we know that they know what a good footballer is, because they've had that cute guy on the year who could really do like amazing things, like lie down and roll it on his feet and all sorts of stuff like that. So watching it for us, like it's like, now that you know that the way they've done it, and it was just like, you know, he didn't know. You could tell in his eyes that he didn't know what they'd done at him. He thought that he was actually good, and actually he was bloody good. And it was like, yeah, go on, because he like out-keepy up it. Was it Stephen Mulhern? I'm not quite sure it was. Yeah, and we love him. We want to adopt him. He's fab. But yeah, I felt really sorry for him, because it was quite obvious that like he was never going to win Britain's Got Talent, but they put him through everywhere, and it got a little look on his face of a little lost look, and he was a boy, do you know what I mean? And they'd done it to a little boy. They brought him through so that they could laugh at him, you know what I mean? And that I found a bit sick. And you know, there's a couple of them that you think, oh my word, you know, you've brought these people through so that you can mock them in front of the crowd. Now, you know, I don't like to be, I don't like to make accusations and like point things out without coming up with a viable alternative. And my viable alternative is, you have 2 sets of people who go through on the auditions. Now, you could say to people, right, we're putting you through, but just so that you know, you are on this list of people that are going through. So then they have the opportunity of making their mind up of whether they want themselves to be made a laughing stock of, whether they don't mind that. Because the argument is like, well, you know what I mean, they don't mind that, you know what I mean, and it makes good entertainment for everybody else, but you're not giving these people a choice. You're putting them through and giving them ideas that they are good, just so that the crash back down to earth is even more televisually exciting. And we should be allowed to know, if you were to do this to dogs, you know what I mean, there would be an outcry worldwide. But human beings, we're meant to take it. You know, I had another friend who I met at the X Factor, bless him, and he was put through, I found out later on, and you know, it wasn't because he's gonna win it, you know. And I don't like to say, you know, in case he ever watches the video, and it's like, you know, because, you know, I don't like to be, I'm shifting things with my feet. You know, I don't like to, you know, say even remotely negative things about it, because he sang for me, and, you know, it was entertaining and it was a treat, you know what I mean? But he'll never make a record, you know, and they're taking him in there, you know. He got through and he's waiting to hear whether he's actually going to be on the auditions, and it's like, oh, but you're so nice, and you know what I mean, I don't want them to be nasty about him. You know, it's just really cruel. And the reason that this happens is because this is where the whole irony of the situation lies. We treat people this way because we're taught under the wrong set of rules. We are educated to behave the wrong way. And we are educated to behave the wrong way by people, I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth, like the Queen, right? Who wants us for war fodder and for making sure her house is tidy and that she's got lots of lovely things whenever she wants them, wherever she goes, right? And Simon Cowell met the Queen and she basically didn't give him the time of day, because who is he to her? Who is he to her? Except for somebody else who makes the numbers go round. She's not important to him. She's not going to waste her time. You know what I mean? It's like you just, you just earn money, mate. That's what you do. Let me get on with my life. Make me some good TV. Piss off. You know what I mean? And then Prince Philip called him a sponger. But Piers Morgan in his, because I do love Piers Morgan, in his, in Live magazine, in the Mail, said, you know, because obviously they snubbed him at the Royal Variety Show, right? And let's face it, if it weren't for Simon Cowell, sod all people would have bothered doing the Royal Variety Show, because it had lost its appeal. So it did deserve a bloody big thank you. You know what I mean? He invited to come round for tea. I would have done. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, cheers for what you've done. We've had a really brilliant night. No. These are the people that educate us and teach us how to behave, right? These are the people who we all emulate. And then we go round taking the piss out of each other, being rude, hurting people's feelings. Simon Cowell is merely facilitating the sort of lifestyle that the Queen has put into place, and people like the Queen. You've got your Rothschilds, you've got your Rockefellers. These are the people that own the world. You know, it's not Gordon Brown. Don't make sod all of a change. Gordon Brown only comes out of his little cubby hole to say things when he's promising that something's going to change. Oh yes, we're going to sort this out in the very near future. That's all he ever says. We're going to sort this out. It's like, mate, if it could be sorted out, it'd have been sorted out years ago. It can't be sorted out because the numbers don't add up. The numbers are put in place by the people at the absolute top. The ones that don't have to worry about the numbers, like your Rothschilds, like your Windsors, right? So that everything filters back up. They don't have to worry about it, and they get control of all the world's resources and manpower, and they get to spend it on what they want to spend it on, which currently is war. And then people like Simon Cowell make money out of that by doing charity records for the people who've been injured in the war that shouldn't be happening. So really...
They said it changes when the sun goes down. Yeah, they said it changes when the sun goes down. And they said it changes